SS&B means comfort to me.
Hello, and welcome back to SS&B Heating and Cooling's second video in our thermostat series. I'm Jesse. We're going to talk today about the T4 and T6 thermostats made by Honeywell, the T4 Pro and the T6 Pro, and talk to you about how to program them if you want to run a program on them. What are the differences between the T4 and T6 thermostat? You probably won't notice the difference. The buttons are the same, the menus are the same, how you interact with it and program them is exactly the same. It's the equipment that they control. Why we would choose to use a T4 or T6 thermostat. A T4 is going to be for a standard gas furnace with an air conditioner, and a T6 is going to be for a higher efficiency two-stage gas furnace and air conditioner and heat pump. The heat pumps can also be used single stage with the T4 thermostats. So if you want to know how to program a schedule, we can look at the different options. The schedules can be turned off at any time if you like. They can also be set in all 7 days individually programmed, or you can program all 5 weekdays to run the same schedule, with the options of 2 days on the weekend being the same schedule, or each individual weekend day being different. Here I can give you an example. See, non-programmable, 5 days and 2 days programmable, 5 days, 1 day, 1 day programmable, and 7 days individually. We're gonna go, as you can see, the bold one, 511, is the factory standard, so that's what your thermostat probably has if you're going to use a program. We're going to show you today how to set it as if it were a 5-day and 2-day program. So let's zoom in, get a look at what you're going to be doing here. As you can see here, it says following schedule. Yours might say hold, or temporary hold, or permanent hold, or might say nothing at all. If it says nothing at all, and you've got the 5 buttons here, the 5 buttons indicate that it's a T4 T6 thermostat, so you should have a schedule noted up here in the corner. If you don't see following schedule, it's possible that your schedule was disabled in the installer setup. We can fix that. Just give us a call, we'll walk you through how to turn it back on. Okay, so you'll see here the temperature of the room. That's the main big number, and the temperature that's desired per the schedule right there. Fan is on auto, that's pretty standard. This button goes to the fan control. This is the mode to swap it from heat to cool or off. And these are the ones that you're going to be using to make your selections. So to get started on programming, hit menu. The first thing that comes up is programming. There are other options that you can use this button down here on the right to roll through, like time, date, Fahrenheit or Celsius, and lock the screen. By the way, if you ever lock the screen, the factory code is 1234. That's a secret. Don't tell your spouse. And you can roll back through the options or just hit the home button here to go home. Okay, so we're going to program it. Menu, program, select the program. Programming is on, so schedules are on. You can turn off your schedules right here by hitting off, or select rather, to change that on to off. Nope. Home, menu, program. There we go. It's the left and right. Off. Nope. See, I've turned off all the programming and scheduling. And there's nothing up here in the corner. So you should be able to turn that on by going to menu, program, select, on, select. Now our program's back on. Head home at any time to save what you've done so far. Program. First thing that comes up after on is the date set. Remember I mentioned at the beginning that we've got this set up in 5 and 2. So we're going to program all the weekdays to be the same schedule and Saturday and Sunday to be the same schedule. So if we want to go into the set of days, there's a standard 4 options that you're going to have when you get in here. You'll see the first one is wake, and then away, This is presuming that you're going to work or, you know, away from the home. Then you come back home in the evening, and then when you go to bed at night. So we're modifying wake, and wake is underlined and flashing, so we know that's what we're looking at. To modify it, we can just roll past it, or we can modify it. If you want to skip to away, you can use these outside arrows. So at wake, we're going to hit select. Now wake is on. Here's a cool option. Any of these individual periods of time you can turn off. So you can have wake turned off, away turned off, and it will just lengthen the period before it and after it to make up for the time. So wake up is on. We're going to wake up at 6 a.m. Maybe I don't wake up at 6 a.m. Maybe I want to wake up at 7 a.m. So let's set it to 7 a.m. Once I made my change with the plus and minus, hit select. Now we're talking about 7 a.m. 7 a.m. I want it to be, it's going to give you the heat option every time, every menu first, because it wants to ask you both heating and cooling what you want to set to. So I have to put myself into a winter frame of mind when I'm setting the heat. When it's cold outside and I wake up, what temperature do I want it to be at 7 a.m.? Let's say 70 is pretty good. Maybe I like a warmer morning. Let's go back. Warmer morning. So it's December, I'm waking up, I want it to be 72 inside. Okay, now it's asking for the cool input. It's cool, I want it to cool, so it's summertime. It's summertime. I want it to wake up and have it, you know, somewhere that's nice in between kind of temperature. I guess 70 is good. I'll leave it right there, or maybe bring it down a degree. No, I don't want a frosty start to the morning. Let's raise it up to 71. Select that. Okay, now we're talking about our wait time. We've left the house. There's nobody in the house except for our pets, right? Pets can tolerate a little bit more range of heat than we can, heat and cooling. When we leave the house, we want to be more energy efficient, so we set the away to on, select. We leave the house at 8:30 for work. Select. And in the winter time, because it's asking for heat input, it's winter time and I left the house. So I can let the house get a little bit colder than I would normally go with. So we can only heat, we'll drop it down, heat it up to 67. Fido will be okay at 67 inside the house. Okay, asking for cooling input, change our frame of mind. Summer, it's summertime, I've left the house. What will I let the house get heated up to in the summertime that's more energy efficient? I guess cooling down to 75 is pretty energy efficient. So I'm going to leave it there. Fido can handle 75. So 75 is good. We'll move on. Now we come back home in the evenings. Okay, it's asking for home input. That's the home time. It's set for 6 p.m. That's a long work day. Okay, home. Let's modify it. Home is on. It's at 6 p.m. Let's say I get home a little bit earlier than that. Let's go back to, I get home at 4:30 on a perfect day. Okay, asking for heat input. It's winter time. When I get home, I want it to be a little bit warmer in the house. So let's bring it up to 70 degrees. Now it wants cooling input. I get home in the summertime. I want the house to be a little bit cooler. I've been working all day. I think 72, maybe 73. I can handle 73 degrees. Select. Okay. And now the final input for the days of the week. Sleep time. It's time to go to bed. Heating input. Winter frame of mind. When I want to go to bed in the winter time, how cool do I want it in the house? I think 68 might be a little bit chilly for me. So I'll hit select to turn it on. We can also, by the way, turn it off right there too. Okay, it's on. 10 p.m. I go to bed a little bit earlier than that. Let's go with 9:30. Select. At 9:30, I want it to be, 68 degrees. I can handle that. That's a good temperature to sleep at. Select. Okay, cooling input. Summer frame of mind. When I go to bed in the summertime, what temperature do I want it to be? A little bit cooler than 72. Well, I think 72 is okay. Maybe 71. 71's okay to go to bed to. In the summertime, hit select. Okay. Now it's asking us for the weekend input, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, I'll wake up a little bit later. Wake is flashing here, so we'll go into wake, turn it on. Wake up on the weekends at 6 a.m. No way. No way. Wake up late at 8 a.m. There we go. Okay, heat input. Winter time. I wake up at 8 a.m. in the winter. I want it to be a little bit warmer. Let's go with 72 degrees. Okay, now on the cooling input. Summertime. It's cooling. The system is cooling. I wake up at 8 a.m. I want it to be, 78's a bit warm. I think I'll bring that back down. When I wake up on the weekends, I want it to be 73. Okay. And if I leave the house on Saturday, that's the away time. Select, it is on. If I leave the house at, let's say, I got choir practice at 10 a.m. at 11 a.m., so I'm going to leave the house at 10:30 on Saturdays and Sundays. So after we go away, what are we going to let the heat get up to or get down to? Because it's just Fido home alone now. Let him get down to 68 inside the house in the winter when it's heating. And in summertime, on Saturdays and Sundays, when I leave the house, it's going to cool down to a nice energy efficient 76. 75. There we go. Select. When I come back home after church, in the wintertime, when the system is heating, I'm going to want it on. Come back home from church. Let's say we have dinner after church, and then it'll be, let's say it's 1 in the afternoon. That's when we come home on Saturdays and Sundays. Select. I want it to heat up in the winter to 70 degrees. That seems fine. And in the summertime, I want it to cool down to 73 is good. And when I go to bed on the weekends, sleep. It's on. Go to bed on the weekends. 9 p.m. No. Sleep. Go to bed a little bit later on the weekends, right? I'll call it 10 p.m. In the wintertime, the system's going to heat it up to... That's my favorite sleeping temperature, so we'll heat it up to 68 in the winter. And summer frame of mind again. And then we'll go to bed on the weekends. I want it to cool it down to 72. That's a good bed temperature for the summertime. Select. All right. So we're all done. We can hit home to save it right here, or we can go back through the options again if we feel like we made a mistake. I'll hit home here so you can see it's saving, and now our program is running. So next we're going to talk about schedule overrides. If you have any other questions, give us a call. Check out our website, ssbhc.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Service and quality that keep you smiling. SS&B means comfort to me.